Hello, this is Scott Bucciano, editor of telecoms.com at AfricaCom 2014, and I'm talking to Stuart Benington, who's the head of the SDN and Cloud Business Unit at Coriant. Hi, Stuart.
Hi, how are you?
Great, thanks. So, Coriant, why don't you just, before we get into what you specifically do within there, can you just give us the sort of overview of what Coriant does, please?
Yeah, so Coriant is focused on the transport infrastructure of networks. So our primary focus areas are packet optical infrastructure, mobile backhaul, network management, and so forth. And so our role as we move forward is to evolve a consolidated network infrastructure that addresses the needs of applications.
Okay, and you're the VP actually of SDN and the Cloud Business Unit.
Right, yes.
So what does that involve?
Yeah, so this is a fairly new business unit for us, but the idea is that we view SDN and related technologies like NFV to be fundamental to the evolution of networks and where we're taking the company. And so our business unit does really two things. One is to evolve a suite of software products and portfolios to address SDN applications, and then secondly to enable our existing products in the optical space and in the routing space to become SDN capable and to become part of this network programmability.
Okay, and we're at a sort of relatively early stage in SDN, NFV, and all these other acronyms that come with it. Can you tell me a little bit more about, in your specific area of business, how that plays out?
Yeah, so we see a number of financial benefits. At the end of the day, all this new technology really has to impact the operator's bottom line. So what's nice about SDN and NFV is that the same foundational set of technologies can enable new sources of revenue, can improve operational efficiencies, and also can improve the utilization of capital structure for networks.
Yep.
So that's very important for operators as you have this changing dynamic landscape of applications and cloud-based services, and that changes network topologies. So these techniques and technologies are very important for what we do in the network, and also for the adjacent areas like data centers and mobile infrastructure that provide the holistic ecosystem.
Okay, and we're talking at AfricaCom.
Yes.
What is your interest in the context of what we've just been discussing? What's your interest in Africa?
Yeah, so Africa's been very important for us as a market for a long time. We provide a lot of mainly mobility services, but more and more on the optical side. What we see with Africa is it's really interesting. People tend to think of new technologies as being mainly adopted in the developed markets first, and they highlight all the cutting edge technologies and so forth. In a lot of ways, we see these technologies being equally useful and perhaps even more useful in some cases in developing markets where you don't always have consistent infrastructure or reliability of connections, and so SDN and NFV can accelerate the adoption of new services, whether it's data over mobile or new types of enterprise connections and so forth, in a way that's cost effective, can adapt to the network environment, and provide a business model that's accretive and can make the best use of network infrastructure.
Yeah, that makes sense. It's not the usual story of sort of Western Europe, North America, Japan leading the way and everyone following in this case, because it provides that kind of flexibility and adaptability.
That's right.
That's ideally suited to slightly more fragmented environments.
That's right. It can be specifically adapted to operator environments and the suite of demographic requirements, whether it's new applications or new types of services. And that's really the nice thing about SDN is the flexibility and the customization, if you will, of the network and the assets to meet the needs of those users. Okay, so it's very important for us, and we think it's going to be an exciting trend to watch.
Brilliant. Thanks a lot.
So thank you very much, Scott.